If heaven didn't create me, then Liu Nhyn and her scumbag would just stay hidden in the dark forever. Basically, just a quick reminder for everyone watching, make sure to share this, hit subscribe, and drop a like. Walk out that door, and you could easily score $5 million right away. I wanted to set up a huge surprise for my girlfriend Liu Nhyn on her birthday, so I actually started a live stream, hiding inside my car, getting ready to propose to her right there on the spot. I wanted to give her this completely unforgettable, romantic moment, letting all our friends and family witness our happiness together. But the very next second, the car door flies open, and there's Liu Nhyn, panting softly, pinned down hard against the seat by some other guy. The car shakes violently. I feel so deeply ashamed I don't even dare breathe. I seriously should have been under the car instead of inside it. And right at that exact moment, this totally explosive scene is broadcasting live to the entire stream room. Here I am, hiding inside, holding a bottle of champagne, just planning to give her a sweet birthday surprise. As she gets closer and closer, two voices suddenly ring out, leaving me completely frozen with zero time to react. Seeing her pressed tight against the car window, breathing so heavily, I regret even more that I'm sitting inside the trunk instead of hiding underneath the chassis. You are not ready for this. Seeing them go at it so wildly while I literally plan to propose today is just gut-wrenching. I only turned on the stream to show our happy ending. Big mistake. Right now, both our parents and all our close relatives are literally watching this online. Liu Nhyn and I are facing each other through the glass, but she cannot actually see me because I had totally blacked out the windows with dark tint. She shyly tells him to get in the car. I'm terrified she'll actually do it, since my camera is still rolling from the inside. If she gets inside, every single thing gets recorded. I would absolutely lose all my dignity. Panicking, I quickly dial her number. Quickly picking up her phone, she sees it's my call, answers it real fast and whispers that she's in a meeting and just can't talk. She hangs up, just completely cuts the line before I can get a word out. I even watch her power off the phone completely. Right after that, the door opens, and the two of them climb in, kissing heavily. The guy forcefully pins her down against the seat, both of them fueled by raw lust. And just like that, the cabin camera catches every single detail. My car is an SUV, and I'm just lying helplessly in the back trunk. Today is her birthday, so I originally planned to pop the trunk open when she came downstairs. It's that trendy proposal style you see all over the internet. The entire trunk is packed with roses and gifts. I was supposed to kneel among the flowers and hold out a diamond ring, a perfect proposal. It should have been so incredibly romantic. The camera would capture her genuinely happy, surprised face in crisp detail. All our friends and family are currently waiting back at the house. We had it all planned out. Once the proposal succeeded, I would walk Liu Nhyn inside, and everyone would fire off confetti poppers to celebrate. Pure humiliation. Right now, the live stream's literally broadcasting that guy aggressively peeling her clothes off, layer by layer, for everyone to see. The scumbag gives this sleazy laugh, asking why she wouldn't answer her boyfriend's call, and if she is scared of getting caught. Liu Nhyn passionately kisses him back while enthusiastically replying, she's not scared at all, teasing that if he wants to play that phone game, she'll call me right now. The guy bursts out laughing, pressing her firmly against the seat, calling her incredibly open-minded. She just teases right back, saying if they are chasing thrills, they might as well go all the way. They lay completely flat across the back seat, totally oblivious. They have absolutely no idea I'm hiding right here in the trunk. Embarrassed beyond belief, I check my phone, immediately seeing them getting wild on the seat. And this whole exact disaster is streaming live. The stream room actually has a password lock, so only people with the code can enter. Right then, over 100 viewers are watching online. I don't even have that many friends. Without a doubt, some relative or buddy couldn't resist the drama and invited a bunch of extra people to watch the show. Over 100 people in there. Total silence. Nobody leaves a single comment. Can you even imagine the pure dread? I picture everyone sitting in my house holding cake and confetti, just silently staring at their screens, broadcasting this entire mess. But the absolute worst part is seeing this one specific account continuously sending me gifts. That is Liu Nhyn's mother, my actual future mother-in-law. She keeps frantically sending gifts because every single time a donation pops up, the screen effect covers that painfully eye-scorching scene for a second. My future mother-in-law barely uses smartphones, so she has absolutely no clue. You can turn off stream effects to get a clear view, so she remains completely unaware, just steadily sending gifts. literally burning through her own hard-earned retirement money to keep triggering those miserable, desperate screen blocking effects. I can't even shut the stream down, because the app is running on the car's dashboard console, meaning I have to tap it directly to close it. Then it happens. The scumbag finally notices that something is pretty seriously off. He pauses, asking why the engine is currently running. Liu Nhyn just laughs, explaining that her boyfriend's car can turn on the AC remotely via phone. She says she turned it on before coming downstairs because she was worried he'd be hot. The guy sounds genuinely impressed. He asks if a cheap domestic car really has that kind of feature, bragging that his insanely expensive luxury ride does not even have it. Liu Nhyn grabs his face, kissing him deeply, and whispers that this is exactly why she is getting it on in her boyfriend's cheap little domestic car right now. Her bold words make the guy even more ridiculously excited, and he immediately starts pulling the rest of her clothes off. He bites her ear and whispers how incredibly hot she is, daring to use her boyfriend's car for this, while she takes the subway to work every day, yet whispers such provocative things to him. Liu Nhyn excitedly replies that she really is a terrible woman, and hearing him say things like that only gets her more worked up. She actually calls her boyfriend her loyal puppy, while claiming to be this guy's devoted pet. Then comes an absolutely unbelievable scene. This rich guy kisses her collarbone while dramatically singing a cheesy song about crazy, unrequited love, falling tears, and terribly broken hearts. Liu Nhyn just kisses him right back, giggling as she tells her baby that his singing is absolutely spot on. I seriously do not get it. Why sing during a moment like this? Maybe they share some weird sense of humor, or maybe a guy driving a Porsche just naturally makes girls giggle at everything he says. But this entire situation is painfully awkward, especially since it is all currently being broadcasted live. I know I need to speak up soon since this is literally my personal streaming account. If things go any further and something inappropriate gets shown on camera, I might end up behind bars, so I finally let out a soft cough. Instantly, those two lovebirds in the back seat jump straight up in absolute, sheer panic. Liu Nhyn spots me, her face going entirely pale as she blurts out, "Aren't you supposed to be working?" I calmly tell her that since it is her birthday, I took the day off to surprise her. Pathetic, right? I planned everything perfectly, only to get rewarded with this absolute mess. The craziest part, I'm not even mad. There is genuinely not a single trace of anger in my head right now. I have always believed that until you are officially married, your partner could always end up being someone else's future spouse. After seeing this, there is no way I can propose. To me, she is already another guy's wife. I glance over at the stream. We just hit 1,000 active viewers already. Now think about this for a second. What does it mean when a private, password-protected room suddenly hits a number like that? It means every single school buddy, coworker, and distant relative from both sides just got dragged in to watch this wild drama unfold. Nobody missed it. Sure enough, a group of people suddenly steps out of the elevator right inside Liu Nhyn's company parking garage. They are definitely not looking for their cars. Instead, they are all clutching their phones, staring straight toward our direction. They absolutely came down here on purpose, just to watch. Liu Nhyn panics completely upon seeing them. She begs me not to argue right now, pleading to save her face in front of her coworkers. I blankly ask her if she even has any pride left to save. Liu Nhyn just turns completely cold, telling me the pretending stops right here. She demands a breakup, claiming she deserves someone way better. Baffled, I ask what I possibly did wrong to her. She fixes her clothes, takes the driver's seat, and starts the engine. Driving off, she coldly admits, "I am great, but she just deserves a major upgrade. Someone used to a Porsche will never settle for a cheap everyday ride." Her rich side piece looks totally embarrassed as he quietly buttons his shirt. That is when I notice one crucial detail, a shiny wedding band sitting right on his finger. I point straight at that ring, asking if this home-wrecking guy is her grand idea of an upgrade. Liu Nhyn fires back, asking if I would still be judging her if I knew he handed her 20,000 yuan every single month. I take a sharp, deep breath. Maybe 20,000 yuan sounds like pocket change on the internet, but in our reality, that is massive money. My monthly salary barely hits 6,000. I even needed a huge loan just to buy this average car. Her side piece finishes dressing, shoots me a sideways glance, and says he understands the rules perfectly. He tells me to just name a price for a quiet breakup. Utterly stunned, I ask him if he is honestly trying to buy my silence. He completely corrects me. He is forcing my silence, Meanwhile, Liu Nhyun finally parks right beneath her office building. Right by the curb, a sleek Porsche sits parked in a VIP spot near the main entrance. Without a doubt, that prime parking spot is strictly reserved for upper management. She turns around, harshly warning me not to ruin her bright future. Turns out, this guy is a vice president sent straight from headquarters. Someone way out of my league. I just freeze entirely. I'm definitely not scared of some random vice president. But wait, Liu Nhyun's own coworkers have been watching this broadcast the entire time. But here is the crazy part, with her colleagues running down for a live view. Plus, that massive digital crowd, basically the entire company is watching this broadcast. Not a chance. This guy definitely won't keep his fancy VP title now. Even if I stay silent, his wife will find out. She might actually be watching the stream right now. She is the vice president's wife. Out of thousands of employees, someone definitely has her private number. And exactly right on cue, his phone starts ringing. I glance at the bright screen. It literally says beloved wife. The lover frantically sees the call and hits the quick reply text. Busy right now, call back later. But the second he drops the call, his phone instantly rings again. This time, the screen flashes the chairman of the board. He's clearly terrified to reject a call from the big boss, hesitating hard. Liu Nhyun looks pretty tense, telling him he really should pick up the chairman's call. It might be something incredibly important. The guy just glares at me, finally gritting his teeth. Forget it, he says. I can't risk this gamble right now. Terrified he might slip up, he actually rejects the chairman's call, firing off that exact same quick reply text as before. There is absolutely no doubt anymore. Both his wife and the chairman are definitely watching this live stream. He instantly powers down his phone. I'll call back later, he mutters. I'll just say my battery died and I just plugged it in. Liu Nhyun nods, agreeing that sounds like a solid enough excuse. I just let out a heavy sigh. He really shouldn't have turned that off. If he kept it on, someone might have actually texted him a warning. Watching Liu Nhyun care so much about this guy leaves this indescribable, bitter feeling in my chest. Right then, she steps out, walks to the back of the car, and pops the trunk. Now get this. The balloons and fresh flowers I carefully prepared pop right into her view. It is just overwhelmingly embarrassing. Originally, this hidden camera was supposed to capture her bright, happy face. But right now, there is nothing but pure, ice-cold indifference. Makes sense, honestly? We've completely turned against each other now. She looks at me coldly, saying, I guess I wronged you, so just take your flowers and gifts back. Let's settle this right now, name your price. How much cash to keep your mouth shut about all this? I open my mouth, my voice completely bitter. In your eyes, am I really the kind of guy who would use this to extort you? I ask. She just replies that she only wants a solid guarantee. He signed a prenup with his wife, she explains. I can't let him lose absolutely everything over this. I glance over at the guy, honestly guessing his wife is probably already halfway to the courthouse. By now, I looked after you for years. I ask her, and yet, while you're out here worrying about him, did you ever once consider my feelings at all? She just shoots me a completely impatient look. You already caught me cheating on you. Why would I need to care about your feelings now? Be realistic. I just sigh heavily. She is totally right. We genuinely have zero reason to care about each other's feelings anymore. Plus, I can't take their money anyway. If they call the cops, I'd instantly go down for extortion. I live an honest life, and I never want to break the law. Besides, even if I kept quiet, this whole mess is already broadcasting everywhere. I tell her I don't want the money, and I won't say a word. Let's just break up, and I'll take the engagement ring back to the store. Liu Nhyun looks totally surprised, never expecting me to be this cooperative. I thought you'd cling to me and never let go, she says. Since we're breaking up, let's make it clean. Go pack my stuff. I'm moving out of your place. Almost out of reflex, I offer to go up and pack for her, telling her to stay down here. I'm honestly just looking out for her. My family and friends are still waiting up in my apartment, some embarrassed, some furious. If she brings that guy upstairs, a massive brawl will break out, and he might literally get beaten to death. We loved each other once, and I genuinely dread whatever horrific scene awaits her if she walks through that door, but she doesn't appreciate it at all. No, I have to go up, she insists. I still have the cash he gave me hidden in the house, and I want to take it with me. I tell her to just name the hiding spot, and I'll bring it down. Suddenly, the guy lets out a cold laugh. Do you think we're idiots? Liu Nhyun looks totally confused, asking why I can't just go get it. He smirks. Do you really think he rejected our hush money out of pure self-respect? He's just terrified of leaving a bank transfer trail for us to show the police. Liu Nhin immediately falls into deep thought. I get it now, she says you gave me pure cash. If he grabs that cash and I call the cops later, I can't prove how much was stolen without dragging you into this mess. He nods, looking incredibly satisfied. You're pretty smart, he says. Liu Nhin instantly flares up, spinning around to glare at me. So your kindness was just a setup all along. Turns out you're actually incredibly toxic inside. It's true, the poorer the man, the more calculating he is. I almost fell right into your trap. Then she turns to her lover looking absolutely moved, and so grateful. Thank God you're here with me. No wonder you made it to vice president. Your brain works so fast. Are you hearing this? I finally understand that quote about sincerity being the ultimate weapon. I'm just being completely honest. And they're out here scripting some wild sci-fi conspiracy theory. The scary part is, their little theory is insanely logical and watertight. Even I'm almost convinced by it. I'm about to explain the live stream when that guy points his finger right in my face, dead serious. Remember clearly that you refused our money, he threatens. If you dare breathe a word of this to anyone, guess what I'll do? I just ask him do what? Even if I end up divorced and lose absolutely everything, he snarls. I promise you this. Before that happens, I will drop millions hiring thugs to chop off your hands and legs. 200 million per hand. There's no shortage of guys willing to do that work. I honestly never expected him to drop such a violent threat. He just publicly announced he wants to hire a hitman. And the best part is, it's all captured on camera. Over 1,000 people are watching this live. That's more than enough solid evidence. He's probably not just going to lose all his assets, he's about to get locked up by the cops. I'm deep in thought when Liu Nhin, seemingly afraid I don't believe him, cuts in with this cold tone. You'd better listen to him, she warns. Last month, a company cleaner saw us and demanded a huge payout. He ended up in a sudden car crash. Do you really think that was just a coincidence? At that exact moment, his entire body just freezes. Thousands of people are watching this live stream right now, and she actually says it out loud. If this is actually true, wouldn't that guy end up sitting behind bars for the rest of his life? The rich guy just glances at our MC and casually says that a coincidence like this could easily happen to him too. After dropping that, he steps out of the car. Our guy watches him elegantly open the door of his Porsche, inviting Liu Ruyan to take the passenger seat. Then suddenly, he pulls 2 huge stacks of cash from his car, tosses them right into the MC's trunk, and says he always settles his debts clearly. He hands over 20,000 as mental compensation, claiming everything will be perfectly fine, as long as our guy knows his place and keeps quiet. Then he adds he is escorting her home to pack her bags. After that, he hops in, starts the engine, and drives off. Our guy initially wanted to warn them, but now, he just doesn't care anymore. Our guy is usually kind-hearted, but they directly threatened his livelihood. So whatever happens is on them. If they end up totally ruined, then that is exactly what they deserve. Anyway, his family definitely won't be the ones taking action here. The only ones losing face will be her relatives. The Porsche drives pretty fast, but since they are still in the city, our guy and that couple end up moving almost side by side. At this point, they aren't even bothering to hide it anymore. Get a load of this. At a red light, our guy sees Liu Ruyan throw herself into that man's arms, kissing him with absolute passion. She completely ignores the fact that he is sitting right there next to them, acting like breaking up with him just lifted some massive burden off her shoulders. He can hardly stand the awkward atmosphere, but eventually still has to head back to the apartment with them. What really surprises him is how quickly this whole drama spread. A huge crowd of neighbors has already gathered right downstairs. The moment they arrive, everyone just stares right at them, and some even pull out their phones to double-check if it's really him. A few people from the upper apartments are even secretly cracking their windows open just to peek down at the whole ridiculous scene. There's absolutely zero doubt left. That whole livestream clip definitely got shared right into the neighborhood group chat. Liu Ruyan steps out of the Porsche, noticing the neighbors secretly recording and gossiping. Feeling pretty smug, she turns to our guy and asks if he sees all this. She claims they are filming the special treatment of stepping out of a Porsche, a luxury ride with a beautiful girl. Everyone is just totally amazed by it, bragging that this is the exact lifestyle she deserves. She acts so superior, having zero feelings left for her. Our guy replies coldly. He says they are just watching a cheating couple put on a ridiculous clown show. Instead of getting mad, she laughs and asks if he is throwing a tantrum because his little scheme got exposed. She insists he originally planned to steal her hard-earned cash, but unfortunately for him, Those cheap little tricks are absolutely nothing but childish games when played in front of the true elites. After saying that, she casually links arms with the rich guy, and together, they stroll right into the building's entrance. The watching neighbors just can't help but gasp in shock. The guy gets confused, asking why everyone is making such a big fuss. Liu Ruyan replies that since she and her ex dated for years, all the neighbors know her. Seeing her walk with a new man now is probably just blowing their minds. He asks if this ruins her reputation. Shaking her head, she says it doesn't matter, and she actually finds it pretty fun. For years, they watched her step out of a cheap car, and definitely looked down on her. But now, they are seeing her ride in a Porsche with their own eyes. He gently strokes her hair, and promises that once he finds a chance to get his divorce, he will buy her a brand new Porsche too. Hearing this, she gets incredibly moved and immediately hugs the guy super tight, right in the middle of the crowd. The surrounding neighbors gasp even louder, but she completely loses herself in the moment. Almost like she is mocking our MC. She kisses the guy while shooting our guy. A deeply arrogant look. Talk about perfect timing. The elevator doors slide open, and their landlord steps right out. He walks out just in time to see Liu Ruyan passionately kissing the guy, and immediately yells out, "Why did he ever rent his place to someone like her?" She freezes, completely stunned, and asks what he just called her. The landlord furiously fires back, calling her a totally shameless woman who has absolutely zero basic decency left in her. A total homewrecker, going around stealing someone else's husband. She instantly gets absolutely furious, but the rich guy quickly pulls her in, softly telling her not to even bother with these lower class people, since she is moving out soon anyway. He promises to book her a luxurious 5-star hotel for a nice long-term stay tonight. Letting out a cold scoff, she complains they don't know anything, but still accuse her of stealing a husband. But wait, she pauses because technically, she actually is stealing someone's husband. They all step into the elevator. Pondering something, she suddenly turns to our MC asking if he said something to the landlord. Did he leak the secret? Our guy firmly says he didn't, and she gets super mad. So why did the landlord curse her out immediately? A normal person would at least ask a question first, before passing any judgment. Yet he didn't ask a single thing, and just started scolding. She insists our guy must have told him. He honestly explains that the landlord knew about his proposal plans. The rose bouquet was huge today, so the landlord helped carry it. Realizing the truth, she angrily grits her teeth. It better be just that. If she finds out he leaked this mess, she swears she will definitely make him pay terribly. Just like what happened last time with the cleaning lady. Right as she finishes speaking, a police car suddenly pulls up and parks right in front of the apartment gate. The driving officer spots them, immediately pointing and yelling out for them to wait. But it is already too late. The elevator doors slowly slide shut. She panics and mashes the open button, but it just won't budge, crying out that the doors are closed. The guy simply hugs her, gently kissing her forehead while saying everything is totally fine. He rolls his eyes in pure annoyance, adding that those cops can easily just wait for the next elevator ride. But the cops are definitely targeting them now, since they literally confessed to illegal business on that live stream, hitting the company cleaner with the car while over 1,000 people watched, and almost all of them were co-workers. Even if they were just bragging earlier, any company cleaner actually had a recent accident. The management would have definitely called the authorities to lock them away for good. This is a massive criminal case. They could face heavy prison time, or even the ultimate penalty. The elevator slowly makes its way up. Liu Nhyn has absolutely no idea a massive disaster is waiting. She happily snuggles into the guy, laughing and saying how thrilled she is to finally move out. Now, they can officially text and video call without hiding anymore. The guy replies so gently, telling his precious baby to just wait patiently for his divorce, and then he will reach out to her openly. That elevator slowly reaches its floor. She hugs him tight, completely overjoyed, calling this the absolute best day of her entire life. But as those metal doors slowly slide open, they find a massive, angry crowd completely packing the entire hallway. The hallway was supposed to be covered in balloons and fresh flowers, but now everything is ripped down and trashed. My future parents-in-law stand right at the very front, their faces totally pale. Liu Nhyn loses her happy smile instantly, freezing up in pure shock. She stammers out, "Mom, Dad, why in the world are you two standing here?" Up on the hallway ceiling, a happy birthday banner is still hanging, mostly because it was placed too high for anyone to tear down. She instantly lets go of that guy and grabs onto my arm instead, nervously asking if everyone came here to celebrate her birthday. Claiming he just offered her a raise, She got so excited she gave him a quick hug, begging everyone not to misunderstand the situation. Nobody buys a single word of that lie. The entire crowd just stares back, cold and completely expressionless. Suddenly, my future father-in-law completely explodes, grabbing her tight by the throat. He screams out, "What birthday? You are getting a permanent end today instead." The sudden burst of violence sends Liu Nhyun into pure panic. Dragged out of the elevator by the crowd, she still has no clue what is happening, desperately crying out for her mom. But that desperate cry for help does absolutely nothing to stir a motherly bond. In fact, her mother pulls a small fruit blade right from her pocket, shaking uncontrollably as she lunges straight for her own daughter. The sheer, raw aggression leaves everyone completely stunned and silent. Someone barely catches her arm in time, stopping a critical strike, but the blade still slices a deep mark right across her face. My future mother-in-law has clearly reached total collapse. She wails frantically, screaming that since she gave her life, she can easily take it away too. She vows to end them both right here. Honestly, my future in-laws used to be incredibly protective of their child. Whenever Liu Nhyun and I had the slightest argument, they always took her side, telling me a real man should never argue with a girl. To put it bluntly, their daughter was their absolute treasure. But reaching this point, forget being a treasure. Not even the rarest gem could earn her any forgiveness now. Every single relative and friend already watched that entire livestream. Think about it, between that shameful car footage and illegal acts risking prison time, this is no longer about spoiling a kid. The entire family reputation is completely crushed. Sure enough, even while held back, my future mother-in-law acts completely crazed, screaming, wailing, her mind totally shattered as she stands right on the edge of a breakdown. Liu Nhyun is absolutely terrified and dizzy. She stammers out, "Mom, do not misunderstand. It is not what you think. He is just my boss." Touching her face, she realizes her hand is coated in red and bursts into tears. "Mom, please just calm down. You completely ruined my face." Even at this point, she keeps spinning lies, desperately trying to salvage things. But it honestly just throws more gasoline onto the raging fire. That guy quickly rushes forward to explain, swearing to her aunt that they are completely innocent together. My future mother-in-law, who is already crumbling on the edge, hits absolute maximum fury at those words, suddenly coughing up a massive mouthful of crimson fluid. I just stand there, totally paralyzed by the whole scene. You always hear about people getting so furious they stroke out or cough up red. I always thought it was pure exaggeration, until witnessing it right now. She spits right in that guy's face before collapsing to the floor completely unconscious. Liu Nhyun panics and rushes over, screaming and crying, "Mom, what is wrong? Please do not scare me." But my future father-in-law coldly kicks her away, snapping, "Do not call her mom, and absolutely do not call me dad. We do not have a daughter as shameful as you." That cheating boss violently shakes, stammering out that this is all just a huge misunderstanding and everyone should calm down. Watch this closely. Before he even finishes speaking, someone punches him straight to the floor. I cannot even see clearly who actually threw that first hit, mainly because the entire situation instantly turns into an absolute, massive group brawl. The hallway is way too packed, everyone swarming the cheating guy and beating him relentlessly. He tries sprinting back into the elevator multiple times, but they just drag him out again. The crowd hurls heavy insults, either punching him squarely in the jaw or kicking him forcefully in the ribs. Very quickly, that cheating guy is beaten flat on the ground like a pathetic stray. And honestly, Liu Nhyun's situation is not looking much better either. After kicking her to the floor, her father grabs that fallen fruit blade from her mom and screams out in total, crushing despair, "Your mother is right. We have to eliminate you, and then leave this place forever. We have absolutely no face left to exist in this world anymore." Liu Nhyun scrambles awkwardly across the floor in pure panic, crying and screaming, "I already told you it is a misunderstanding. Why will nobody just believe me? Why always play the victim like this?" I sigh and tell her they aren't wronging you. Every single thing you just did, they all saw it firsthand. Liu Nhyun freezes, completely stunned. "What did you just say?" I remind her I wanted our friends and family to witness our love. This entire proposal was live streamed from the very beginning. So, yeah, every single thing you did just got completely recorded. Total panic washes over Liu Nhyun's face. She starts shaking, asking me a question. "So my coworkers and neighbors running out earlier, that was all because..." I nod at her. "Exactly. Every single person in your life knows everything right now. Plus, every single person in his life knows too. Liu Nhin completely loses it. She grabs my shirt, screaming at me like an absolute maniac. Why did you not tell me earlier? We used to be in love. Why do you have to take such insanely cruel revenge? I stay totally calm. I tried to tell you at first. I called and said, don't get in that car. But you claimed you were in a meeting. Then I offered to come up and carry your luggage. You ignored me, thinking I was just trying to steal your money. She swallows hard, shaking as she speaks. Couldn't you have just been clearer? I did want to be direct at the end, but you two threatened me offering 20 million for my arm, even trying to run me over. If you guys wanted me gone, why on earth should I protect you? The guy next to her is completely stunned. He stammers, so that's why my wife called, and the chairman too. I give a cold laugh. Exactly. They probably saw the livestream shared by your coworkers. Oh, and about you mentioning the hit and run with that cleaner? I'm guessing the police downstairs are looking for you two right now. Liu Nhin and the guy just lock eyes. Neither of them can say a single word, but soon enough, the furious crowd swarms them and starts throwing heavy punches again. This pathetic couple keeps trying to crawl away, but the crowd is way too furious. Every time they try to escape, someone drags them right back by the legs. It is absolutely pathetic. Her parents should be the ones loving her most, yet one is so angry she collapses on the spot, and the other is being restrained so he won't grab a weapon and end her. Now watch this absolute chaos unfold. Liu Nhin gets beaten straight to the ground. She cannot even stand up, just crying and screaming at her guy. What do we do? I am doomed. The guy curses back. No, I am the one ruined. My wife knows everything. The company knows you completely ruined me. Liu Nhin bawls her eyes out. No, you're the one who ruined me. My mom literally collapsed. I have to report you. You ordered the driver to hit that cleaner. I had nothing to do with it. I am turning you in. Furious, the guy grabs Liu Nhin right by the throat. He screams, then I will just finish you off right now. He chokes her until she can barely breathe. Her eyes roll back, face turning completely purple as her hands desperately smash against his arms to break free, but he has zero intention of letting go. His face is totally twisted. He actually wants to end her, blaming every single thing on her. It is pure irony. Just minutes ago they were cuddling in the elevator, calling this their happiest day ever. Now, disaster strikes, and they instantly turn on each other. All her friends and relatives are standing right there, but they just watch her get choked. Not a single person steps up to help her out. Instead, their faces are full of pure satisfaction. It is almost like they genuinely hope she gets taken out for good. Right at that moment, the elevator comes back up. The doors slide open, and police officers immediately rush out. They shout at him to freeze. The cops tear the two of them apart. They pin them straight to the ground and slap the handcuffs on. One officer speaks up, totally stern. You two are under arrest for suspected intentional assault. In that exact moment, the color completely drains from both of their faces. This absolute circus is finally over. Liu Nhin's mother gets rushed to the hospital, while everyone who threw punches suddenly claims they did absolutely nothing. Turns out, someone had covered up the hallway security camera with a piece of cloth a long time ago. You want to know the craziest part? The one who actually needs emergency surgery isn't Liu Nhin's mother. It is Liu Nhin herself. She is now completely paralyzed. From the neck down, she has lost absolutely all sensation. It is all because her guy got way too furious. He choked her so hard that a fractured bone pierced right into her spinal cord. Just so you know, that is the most severe type of physical trauma possible. The absolute highest level of permanent disability you can get. The guy was already facing charges for solicitation and that hit and run on the cleaner. Add this new assault charge, and he gets slapped with the absolute maximum penalty, life in prison. On top of that, he loses every single asset he ever owned, because they signed a pretty strict prenuptial agreement. And since he is now a convicted felon, his wife ruthlessly strips away all the remaining wealth, leaving him to walk away with absolutely nothing. As for Liu Nhin, she completely avoids any legal consequences. Honestly, the girl is permanently paralyzed from the neck down. There is absolutely nothing left for the law to even punish. Now, she cannot even stand. She cannot sit up. Every single day, she is trapped in bed, relying entirely on others just to survive. She cannot even control her basic bodily functions anymore. The absolute darkest part, her parents, my future in-laws at one point, feel completely humiliated by her actions. They actually refuse to even bring her back into their home. Multiple times, they just dump her out on the freezing street. forcing the neighborhood committee to step in and handle the massive mess. As it turns out, her parents are completely unreasonable, flat out declaring that they would rather go to jail than ever take care of a daughter who brought them so much shame and embarrassment. In the end, Lu Nu-yen gets sent straight to a welfare center for care. Over there, she has absolutely no family and no friends. She cannot walk, cannot even sit up, facing the rest of her days in total pain and complete helplessness. One time, my curiosity just gets the better of me, so I actually decide to go visit her. But check out this crazy twist. When I finally arrive, I spot this really unfriendly caretaker looking absolutely furious. Because right after getting her changed, Lu Nu-yen messes her clothes all over again. That worker immediately grabs Lu Nu-yen by the hair, slapping her face twice. Yet Lu Nu-yen does not dare say a single word, just lying there crying softly. Seeing that harsh scene unfold right in front of me feels almost too cruel. But later, some people at the welfare center whisper to me that this new caretaker recently started working here and originally used to be a simple cleaning staff member. Once, her leg got broken in a bad car accident. Even though she received massive compensation money, she refused to just sit around and ran here to volunteer instead. Everyone says, since she weathered a terrible storm herself, she now wants to hold an umbrella for others. Hearing this, everything instantly clicks into place for me. If she wants to strike her, just let her do it, because this is the exact price that Lu Nu-yen truly deserves to pay.